Alright, so today we are talking about dating codes that you need to know, that you should know kama haujui already. Number one, how you know that someone is interested in you ni kama anataka spend time na wewe. So anytime you notice somebody doesn't want to spend time with you, unashinda ukiinsist, si ukuje to chill ama si tufanye nini, and they don't want to spend time with you, which we call quality time, then huo mse hako interested in you. And probably hata si long distance, ni mse hata probably anaishi karibu, but you just see they don't want to spend time with you, ama wataki create time kukumit. Huyo ni mtu hako interested na wewe. The other way you can know somebody is not interested in you is when they stop replying your text. And I know you think ati probably umse anataka usimp, probably nataka umbembeleze, ama probably they are thinking ati, ama probably you are think that ati the more utamsumbua ama the more utaendelea kuwa persistent, the more ataingia box. Hakunanga kitu kama hiyo, okay? Not today, not in these days. Siku hizi maybe kitambo ilikuwa hivyo, but siku hizi haikuangi hivyo, okay? So anytime you see somebody is not replying your text, that is to show you they are not interested. Another thing you need to know ni ati, another dating code ni, you need to make the talking stage very short. What does it mean? Like mkianza kuongea na mtu, mkianza kujuana, usitake too long before mpatane, alright? Because if you take too long before mpatane, it means that this person may start to get bored with you. Anaona na umse kwani tunashinana tu tukiongea on call, tunashinana tu tukiongea on text, unless sasa nyinyi mko long distance. But always make the effort of within the 1 week, within the first week, the second week, already ushaanza kupanga how can you be able to meet this person, alright? So it's very important for you. Hata kama mlimit the first time, it's important sasa juu mmekuwa mkiongea for like 2 weeks, 1 week, sasa panga day ingine yenye mtaweza kupatana, alright? Very important. The other thing also, never be afraid to walk away. That's I think the best dating code for me, neza sema, never be afraid to walk away. Ukishaona story imeisha, ukishaona mtu ni kama ameanza tu madharau, and you will always see, okay? Nimekam kurealize as a guy that every time a lady is always giving you hints that kuna venye hataki story zako. So wanaume wanatekingi time before to understand ama before to accept, enye udem ni kama hataki story zako, okay? So it's important that you remind yourself every other time that walking away is always the best solution, other than we kukaa hapo uoneshwe madharau, kukaa hapo utekiwe for granted, kukaa hapo ukae ni kama unajibeba ufala we mwenyewe. So it's important for you to know that anytime you feel like enye history end venye wewe unataka, you need to walk away, okay? Another thing unafaa kujua, anytime you walk away, anytime you leave this one person, unaona venye wanasemanga ati when one door closes another opens. I just want to let you know that also in a making sense even when it comes to the dating scene. Kwa nini? Especially if you're a single guy and you're talking to different ladies, unapatanga the minute umeongelesha huyu and then amekani kama hataki kukuongelesha and decide sawa umse hata na delete namba yake ni achane na yeye, you almost realize that almost immediately another person starts to talk to you. Dem mwingine anaanza kukushow interest. Kama ni mtu ulikuwa umemwitisha namba probably pale kwa DM social media, anakupa namba yake. Kama unatumia dating app unapata match nyingine, okay? So sijui how it happens, but it's something that I've seen worked over time. Na ni kitu hata nimesema before, I've seen it work over and over again. So anytime you realize that maybe probably umse hana stories zangu, wachana na umse endea mse mwingine, ama delete number ya umse, you'll be shocked that somebody else will be able to text you ama atakupe namba yake, alright? And the other thing also I can say, another dating code unafaa ku understand, never put your expectations too high. That's how you become disappointed. Juu ulieka expectations zako too high, and remember this person you've met hata haumjui poa sana, mmeanza kuongea, haujui ni watu wangapi bado wanamuongelesha. There are people who act like they are single and yet they are in a relationship. So anaweza kulead on only for you to realize this person is actually in a relationship. Ni venye hakukuambia, ni venye hata wewe mwenyewe haukumuuliza. So never raise your expectations udhani ati manze, and there is that excitement inakujanga, especially for guys. You are like nimepata namba ya dem mpya, nitamchatisha nini. Unaweza kuwa shocked, unaweza ongea siku ya kwanza kunyamazia the next day. So it's very important, never raise your expectations. Wewe kuwa too cool, just play cool and don't act like ni kama kitu kubwa imefanyika. Another very important dating code is that you need to know your limit, especially as a guy, okay? Because the reason nasema guys mostly ni juu nyinyi ndio ama sisi ndio tunaendeanga madem. sisi ndio tunaenda kukatia madem. So most of the times if you don't know your limit, you end up getting disappointed. Na kuno your limit ni nini, what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. You see, there are people who have capacity for drama. There are people mwenye anaweza handle mse akona drama very easily. Kuna mse anaweza handle ama anaweza kaa ama anaweza date mtu mwenye ako very toxic very easily. Lakini kuna watu wenye hawananga capacity. Unakaa hivi unasema like hata huwezi jipata na huo mse, okay? So it's very important for you to understand that a dating code you need to understand sana ni ati you need to know your limit. Know when to walk away, know when to delete their number, know when to say goodbye, know when to say by the way huyu mtu ananitake for granted. The other dating code you need to understand ni always learn how to read people. Hii ni kitu lazima ujifunze na utajifunza by experience. The more you talk to different people, the more you understand personality ya watu. So you will get to a point where you can be able even to predict huyu mse atareact aje nikimwambia hivi, huyu mse atareact aje nikifanya hivi. Why? Because you are able to see what this person is actually. Utakuwa unaoneanga 18. Unaongelesha mtu hivi, already you can feel huyu mse already na hapa mbele kuna venye ataanza drama mingi, ama kuna venye mse ataanza mambo mingi ama story mingi. So anytime you understand people, anytime you learn people, na hii ina work for either the ladies or even the guys, you need to understand people. For me I call it psychoanalyzing people. Lazima ukae chini hivi uweze ku read mind ya mse, uweze kujua okay uni mse anakuanga aje. Alright, so that's important. Another dating code is try to figure out people as fast as you can, okay? Because one thing you need to understand, kuna wase people give off the wrong impression at the first time, okay? The first time you meet somebody ama the first time you start talking to somebody, wanapeananga off the wrong impression. So sometimes unaweza nimse akona personality fulani and yet they are so different. Sometimes you might think somebody is like this and yet they are completely opposite. Ni venye tu anacheza safe ama anacheza tu chini, okay? But in real sense kumbe uni heartbreaker mwingine mnoma, lakini anakuonesha venye hata ananga maneno, hananga nini. Alright, so it's very important for you to understand. Always try to understand watu mapema. Try to figure them out as fast as you can, alright? Because so that for you can avoid situation yenye hautokuwa umeona. Avoid situation yenye you don't get hurt, because that's the number one thing that you need to know. Hiyo ni dating code ingine by the way. Don't get hurt in the relationship. I mean, don't get hurt in the dating scene. Especially kama ni mtu how date, why would you let yourself be hurt by somebody like that? Okay? So anytime you see tumadharau tumeanza, anytime you see that this person kuna venye they are not going with your agenda, especially if you are a guy. Unajua by the time me as a guy nimeendea dem, mimi ndio niko na agenda. Kama dem angekuwa na agenda, yeye ndiye angekuja nikatie. But because he didn't come, I went to her. Mimi ndio niko na agenda. So at the end of the day I will always stick with my agenda. Agenda yangu ilikuwa ni kufanya nini? Ilikuwa ni kukuja kujuana na udem, kuona kama ni demu wa maana. Sasa dem akishaanza kukuitisha pesa and you feel like mimi sikuwa nimekuja hapa kukupea udem do, ama sikuwa nimekuja hapa kupewa pressure ya kumpeleka date, you remove yourself from that situation. So you always just have to be ready to know, is this what I signed up for, ama is this what I wanted? Was this my agenda to begin with? Hizo ni vitu very important. And I think nikikam kumalizia nitasema another dating code that's so important is you need to know your value as a person, okay? The reason why watu end up kusimp, the reason why watu end up kubeba ujinga, the reason why watu end up kutekiwa for granted is because sometimes they don't know their value. You don't know, the amount of for lack of a better word, the amount of bullshit you can carry, okay? Because out here kuna wase wengi sana wanajaribu kutake advantage of you. There are so many people out here who are trying to take you for granted. There are so many people out here who are trying to make you seem like wewe hata kuna value uko nayo. You need to understand your value. Once you know your value, hata ukiapproach mtu akwambia kitu fulani, it doesn't affect you because you already know yourself. Unajijua, unajitambua, okay? But ukipatana na mtu mwenye maybe hajakutambua, hajakuona in that way, you don't even need to explain yourself. It's like a lady approaching a guy, ama it's like a lady when they're talking to a guy and then dem aanze kuconclude uchalia taananga pesa, ama uchalia anakuanga maisa, hata atakaye kutumia pesa yake. Sasa ukishajijua kama mwanaume, those things don't affect you. You don't find yourself having to use money juu unataka kuprovia dem mimi niko na do na naweza tumia, na ujipatangi kufanya vitu kama hizo. So actually hata hiyo ndio the best point ever don't try to prove yourself to people, okay? Don't do things that are not comfortable with you. Kama hauko comfortable in a situation, jitoe, wacha kujifanya ni kama uko comfortable. This is for the ladies. If you're not comfortable in a situation, please don't put yourself in that situation. If you're not comfortable going to a guy's place, don't go, okay? If you're not comfortable with him wanting maybe anataka mechi, then don't entertain him. Wacha kuendelea kumu-entertain, because he might think that you want it at the end of the day. So it's important to understand, know your value, know what you want when you come into the dating scene.
Gachin Lion.